It was truly one of the hardest things we've ever seen on the court case. In fact, it was so harrowing, we were told we wouldn't receive the footage, which we usually would after a court case like this one. In fact, the prosecution warned us, that's a rarity as well for this kind of court case. He warned us that what we were about to see was truly shocking. So what we saw on that dashcam footage was Paul Doyle leaving his home. He approached Liverpool city centre, and even then his driving, the prosecution said, was reckless. We saw him undertaking vehicles, we saw him running a red light, but then he approached Doyle Street, which is actually not too far from where I'm standing right now, and you could tell that passers-by, pedestrians were shocked about what they were seeing, that he was moving quite aggressively in his driving, and they were having to avoid him. However, there was one moment where we see him reverse and almost hit one particular pedestrian who had kicked the back of his vehicle, and then things just completely shifted. He put his foot down on the accelerator and he just ploughed into that crowd. We saw a 10-year-old girl who we can't name. We saw her hit head on by the bonnet of the vehicle and bounce off. We saw, in the aftermath, we saw a pram which had been thrown into the air that contained a 6-month-old baby who somehow managed to avoid any injuries. We also saw people afterwards, in the aftermath, trapped under the vehicle. A 77-year-old woman, a child with head injuries, 2 young 17-year-old boys trapped under that vehicle. And bear in mind, I said earlier that Paul Doyle kept his foot on that accelerator. He wanted to continue driving into that crowd, and it was only thanks to the bravery of Daniel Barr that he was stopped on that day, on the 26th of May. And as I said earlier, Merseyside police have since said it was just sheer luck that no one was killed. And I have to say, watching that footage, it really was. It was completely shocking, completely horrifying. And just to reiterate, we now know in the last 20 minutes or so that Paul Doyle has been sentenced to 21 years and 6 months as a result of the incident that day.